Okay. Oh boy, let me see if I can do this. I've got some information. I've had it for so long. It's time to try to get it out. This is for the people that want to go a little bit deeper than just looking for the rapture. This has to do with major deceit going on right now. And unless all of us are very careful, we can get swept in. They've got so many legs to their plan. Legs, doors. It's just, what I see going on is almost too much for me to deal with. As I I got hit in the head. I don't think I have trouble with recalling things, so me trying to get you this information is like in those dreams when you're trying to run and you're running but you can't. So please bear with me here. Alright, let me start off by saying there's a website called watchuntoprayer.org. Barbara Aho. The search engine, the search area, just the front page will give you a good idea of what's on there. I've been looking at it for years and still can't even make a dent in the information. I think anything you want to know about all of these things is there, with links, with backup, with proof. And I ask that you please go there and look. There's people a whole lot smarter than me, a whole lot more well-versed, understanding, verbal skills, that could do this. I do the best I can. I'm just not able right now mentally to get it out like God knows I wish I could. But I'm going to do the best I can. Anyway, there's this website that's amazing. Also, there's a video. There's a man called Josh Reeves. He's got I think he's a disc jockey. But he's got a video on here called The Secret Right. Now, I don't believe he's a Christian. I don't know. He doesn't present that way. But the Secret Right videos are what got me started on this. And they're regarding the CNP, the Council for National Policy. And at the time, from what he had said, it was probably the most secretive program there is. Like, all the other different governmental programs going on to trick us Americans. Anyway, there's this man named Rick Joyner, who this website I told you about is where I first learned about him. I knew nothing about him. But this has been since '09 I've known about him. He's a Knight of Malta. He's a Jesuit. If you don't know what the Knights of Malta are, or Jesuits, I ask that you search this. It's all over this website, but it's all over everywhere on the net. Just type in those words. Rick Joyner, Knights of Malta, Jesuits, pictures, all kinds of information. If you want a quick, easy way of understanding who the Jesuits are, Just look at their oath. It's here on YouTube. And make your hair stand on end. But Rick Joyner has a YouTube channel called Morning Star Ministries here on YouTube. So you can check that out. Alright, I've been to his channel over the years and tried, it hasn't been here that long actually, but I tried to bust him on there. Of course, they don't care about me. But this grace and works, all this mess going on. This is a fairly new problem, I guess you could call it that. I believe it was created for diversion. It was created for a reason. It hasn't always been around. This is new. The gospel is the gospel. If you get with the old teachers, the old preachers, even 10, 20 years ago, this is all pretty new. There's a man named Dr. Michael Brown. I was getting into him for a few days. Now I watched a video of his where he's having a challenge with another. Let's see if I have, I don't know, it's a video where he's debating another man from the Brownsville revival, I guess it was called. And they're both trying to one-up each other, who's better. And it came out that Michael Brown, and these are my words, he supports Rick Joyner. He says Rick Joyner's a man of God, for all he knows, for all intents and purposes. Who's that guy, that terrible guy that had the Florida outpouring and all? Rick Joyner is his, I don't know, I guess he created him or brought him around, but now they're bringing him back too, right off the top of my head. They're bringing him back around. But anyway, this Michael Brown, he's endorsing Rick Joyner. And what he says, for all he knows, he's a great guy. There's nothing with him. Well, you don't have to be real smart to know that Rick Joyner is a Jesuit Knight of Malta. You're going to put your trust in someone like Michael Brown that doesn't even know that. I would be wary of him. But he does know. These guys know. I've got a lot deeper studying to do. I've got to figure some things out about it. But there's no way these men don't know what's going on. And what I realized is none of them are to be trusted. They're all in this together. If you watch that video by, called The Secret Right by Josh Reeves, and he's done a few more since, like Secret Right 1, 2, and 3, I think now, you'll understand what these men are up to. And women. Bachman is in it. What's that preacher from San Antonio, Texas? He's in it. They're all in it. TBN. The people that make the movies, Left Behind, are in it. And it's their job to trick the Christians. Those are my words. You'll have to see. You'll have to do some research on your own. I got a wealth of information between my ears, but right now I can't go into all of it unless you ask a question. But anyway, I wanted to tell you too, blindness. We have got to be careful with blindness. I've noticed that it's growing, and it's getting, even the people that are the highest top men and women of God are starting to trip up. I noticed myself, this Michael Brown, I almost felt, now just for a couple days worth, but my discernment didn't really, I hold everyone at arm's length, and my discernment is wonderful. God showed me, the Holy Spirit showed me about Rick Joyner. He shows me people. He shows me things right off. But I'm warning all of us, we got to stay real close to Jesus and the Holy Spirit right now. Because blindness, the bad thing about blindness is we don't know we're blind. I see these people on here that they're clinging to false prophets on YouTube so strong, and they get vicious if you try to tell them the truth. They actually, I think, the next step would be physical harm. They come out so strong. Please make sure you ask the Lord every day to reveal things to you, to keep your eyes open. People, this is a supernatural fight, and it's getting bad, and we're going to be dropping like flies. Now, the Lord said the road is narrow. All these once saved, always saved that are just sitting around waiting on the rapture, please, I'm begging you, wake up. Snap out of it. Get to work for the Lord. Start getting close to Jesus. I beg you. This blindness, think about it. You're not going to see that you don't see. That's how it's going to be. That's how blindness is. You're not going to see that you're blind. And you're going to have to trust Jesus and to show you, lead you to people that will talk to you and give you the truth. If everything you hear is what you want to hear, there might be something wrong. Okay? Now, one other thing. There's a gal on here I just found a couple days ago. I'm not going to say who it is. I don't know that she wants me to. Would appreciate it. But her eyes are seeing, her discernment is seeing the same thing mine is seeing. And my discernment showed me, excuse me here, that Akiana, whatever her name is, and that little boy, they made a movie out of his death, a little boy now. Holy Spirit showed me they're not real. The first day I saw both of them. And it's stronger and stronger. Now you can prove it by looking at them, by listening to them. They have a plan. They're part of the plan. And like I said before, the enemy has a plan going on. And it's got legs, it's got doors, it's got all different kind of ways to get different groups of people into this one wide path that's going to drop them all off into the lap of Satan. And I'm warning you now, it's the truth. This Akian and the little boy, they're both bringing in, especially that Akian, New Age type beliefs. I'll let you all watch and see what you think. Ask the Lord to give you discernment. Watch what she's doing. Listen to what these people aren't saying, what they are not saying, as well as what they are saying. Look at her paintings. Those are not Holy Spirit. Now, either they're one of those mind controls, or Satan has entered into them, or he's speaking to them, but it's not of God, it's not the Holy Spirit. This Rabbi Kaduri that supposedly had a chat with Jesus about the Messiah, I still don't believe him, and the Lord showed me from day one this is not to be trusted. I believe all these things are working together to bring in the false Christ. That Akian girl is saying that one painting is what Jesus looked like. The little boy that went to heaven is saying of all the pictures he was shown that supposedly are supposed to look like Jesus, her painting was the one that looked like Jesus. They're starting to push the Shroud of Turin. They're getting ready to spring something on the people. Now all these people that are, all these small fries on here that are pushing Obama as the Antichrist, be careful of them, okay? Please be careful. I'm going to tell you again, be careful of these word givers. Get close to Jesus. Let him be your word giver. Jesus will talk to you, but he's a gentleman. The Holy Spirit's a gentleman. He's not going to push himself on you. Please, let the Holy Spirit speak to you. It's time. You're in dangerous territory. One other thing. Anyone pushing any of this, P.P. Simmons is a bad one. We all know. I have been hollering about several of them for years. I can't think of his name. Who's the biggest mouth for the truth movement? He is for sure. He's one of them. He's a Jesuit. I'm pretty sure he's a Jesuit too. Can't remember what it was about him I learned. But please, people, if you feel drawn at all to look up any of this and help with it, help spread the word, I'd sure appreciate it. I don't have the skills I need to make the videos, to get the word out there. Please help me. What I'm giving you is all truth. And I love Jesus so much. I love truth. I'm nothing. I'm less than nothing. I just love my Jesus. And I love you folks. And I want us all to go home. I want to be pleasing to my Jesus. Please listen to what I'm saying and help me. I love you. I think we're heading into some really treacherous times. And without the Lord, none of us are going to make it. Take care of yourself. I love you. Bye-bye.